Did you find it?
Yeah.
Where was it?
In the drawer. And a picture.
We don't have to get floors tomorrow.
Too much shit going on. I don't want to know.
Yeah, no, they can wait for you. So. I think that's fair. Very weird how Kish and I potentially ended up competing on the same within a few days of each other.
It's also funny because you had your offers accepted within a few days of each other. And both of you took a really unusually long time. It's amazing that it went on for 6 months rather than 8 weeks and still ended up being 3 days apart. Ben.
Yes. Pun brush.
So I found a website, ourproperty.co.uk, that has a list.
I'm gonna do my got a list. That's cool. I need to do the I'm just going to do estimations for the energy and gas. Because she asked me today, she doesn't know, so it's like, you know what?
Well, one of the neighbours will know, so we can ask them tomorrow.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm just having Rosamund Pike read me Pride and Prejudice.
Have you ever read Pride and Prejudice?
Yeah.
Have you? I've never read it.
It is delightful.
What's it about?
Oh, for fuck's sake, really?
Oh, I don't know. I've never read it.
It's just about relationships and like it's basically just like about men being a bit shit.
Is it with Mr. Darcy?
Yes, Mr. Darcy is in it. Mr. Darcy is one of the main characters. We're talking about Pride and Prejudice, Stephen. Ross has just asked me the plot.
I tried reading half of it and then it was too early and then I stopped reading it.
It's long and dense and in weird language, but you know. Are you guys in the process of moving out, hence the empty shelves?
Yeah. How many people get killed in it?
No one dies.
Why would you read it then?
Honestly, guys, this shit Ross reads is literally like, I'm down the Space Marine Rage's mighty battle axe. I'm crushed the head.
You just read like Will Smith and like Wilbur Smith and Eric Lustbader books.
Super nerd.
Or do you actually read like nerdy, like I don't even know because I wouldn't fucking read them.
No, like the last book, the book I'm currently on, 500,000 people died in space. Big space battle.
I forget you're a nerd.
Yeah.
Proper nerd.
Like you're a nerdy ninja?
Yeah. Do you know what a space marine is?
I used to collect towel.
Oh, I remember my old boyfriend Sam talking to me about this fucking Space Marine book and selling it to me as like it would be really, for actual fuck's sake, you're such a loser. Oh my god, this is recording, isn't it? Fuck.
Oh, oh, oh dear.
This little bit opens up. There's a dude in there.
I didn't know. Oh wow, because they used to be full metal. You see, you don't have. You didn't used to have that opening thing on that. You didn't used to open that stuff. I was actually thinking. I was thinking of spending £400 and getting a paint set, getting back into it. Actually,
Oh, check out some of the sculpts they're doing now. Like in comparison to what it was like when we were kids. Fucking hell, they're amazing. What? Yeah. Never be ashamed of what you like.
Did you two both start jiu-jitsu because you were bullied as teenagers? Is that what this is about?
I was bullied at work, more or less, yeah, for being a bit too nice.
I've never been bullied in my life, which makes me think that I might have been a bully.
I was bullied in school.
I think typically people that bully have been bullied.
Mm.
I think make it clear.
I dated the prop of the first 15, so I don't think anyone was going to bully me.
Fucking hell.
Fair play. That's actually why I did it jiu-jitsu. People were being mean, so I started going out with him for the defense.
Oh, mate, Space Marine here.
then I dated the coolest, toughest guy. Oh wait.
He's like, look at my figurine collection. Look at my. So, do you have quite a collection of like space dolls, Ross?
I'm currently on that 40k stuff. There's a series of books called the Horus Heresy. There's 56. I'm on number 55.
Books or space collectibles?
Books.
And all the same.
They're pretty much all the same.
All of them. The Space Marine of the space.
Yeah, that's it.
Chaos is corrupting the people.
See, you know.
Is this like the boy version of the Babysitters Club?
What's the Babysitter's Club?
Susie, do you know?
Where's the
Oh.
baby?
Maybe it was big in New Zealand. Don't worry. Ignore that reference.
I know the Breakfast Club. That's good.
No, it's definitely not like that.
Off the Breakfast Club. Guess you should do some jiu-jitsu then.
When are you guys down south?
We're going shopping tomorrow to buy loads of house stuff because the only stuff we have is like stuff from living with people and uni stuff, which is just kind of all destroyed, right? So we need essentially a new set of stuff. It's exciting.
Let me know when you're here because I'll drop by with a gift.
Oh,
Actually,
exciting.
what do you guys drink?
Is it Space Marine?
I'm not bringing you any like space collectibles.
Oh.
Mattress is arriving Sunday.
Yeah, so yeah, we're definitely going to be there between 12 and 5 on Sunday. We may stay the night on Sunday, we don't know yet. Yeah.
Nah, I'll drop by when you're fully moved in.
There's this Bonnie's leaving thing on Saturday as well in Brockwell Park, which is right next to it.
Mm.
So I might be going there so I'm not chucking it down. Right, let's just recap that.
The rubber guard?
Yeah. Jump up your...
Are you electively choosing to do rubber guard?
Eh? Oh, don't hurt me.
The fuck?
So, usual, pull them in. All done with the knees, right, guys? Like, hanging off of somebody's collar won't break them down unless you're super strong. Oh, good tip. If they've got one arm forward in a gi, it'll be impossible to break them down by pulling with the opposite hand. So if this hand is trying to pull on this collar or this collar, this frame is strong. But this frame gets really weak if you grab cross collar. So you grab there, there's no way she'll be able to stop me from pulling her down. So if somebody ever takes this grip up by your chest, always go across the same side arm, cross collar grip, and break their posture by pulling through here. She won't be able to resist that. It's really weird. Here, she'll stay there all day. Never lock your elbow out. You always want a slight bend on it and turn down to your hip a little bit. That's the strongest. You're putting pressure through your palm to hold them down. But don't lock the arm straight, because some dipshits hit the elbow. Don't ever hit people's elbows. Dangerous. Turn the elbow down like that, palm there, and that's the strongest shape you'll have. You want that. The more open the elbow, the weaker your arm, because you're not using your lats to stabilize it. If you point your elbow down to your hip, now the lats are involved in controlling this arm, so that's how you frame that properly. So you break their grips, you pull the trigger on your legs. So this can be done loads of different ways. Usual for them to have this grip set without a gi. Normally they have to go both high. So you go C grips under the pecs. You want to take advantage of that contour. Or up in the armpits. I tend to go for the pecs first. If you reach too high, it can be a little bit risky. It's a lot harder for me to climb my guard on Susie when she's taking a slightly lower grip here on my chest. She goes up to my armpit. Now I can start climbing high, which is bad, right? So here, her elbows are turned down fractionally. So now you see her elbows are blocking me from getting high up on her back. We break this, hands come inside, zombies, both come up, pull the trigger on the legs. Now, control the head to start with, and we go to our, what is it called? John Williams, John Williams grip or something. Foot on the hip, over Susie's arm, and cup the shoulder. Now, John Williams. This is a very strong grip, very hard for your opponent to get out. You want to turn a little bit onto your side with this. Now we can switch to mission control by cupping this shin. We can let go of the Sean Williams grip here. What happens a lot is your opponent will try pushing away to recover their posture. Whenever this happens, this arm can come through and pull this arm across your body. Now we're into our dead orchard. So it's a triangle locked up, which you can only do when the arm across your body, because she's narrow enough for you to lock this up. And here you can finish your arm bar. You hold the wrist and you just hip up with the triangle locked up here. So gentle hip up, and it's very strong. Super powerful finish. It's a horrible place to be. So breaking the posture, over the arm, cup the shoulder. You can test this by having your opponent try pulling it out. Can't be pulled out. Start reaching up. Here. Now Susie really doesn't like this. She's going to start pulling away, come through, pull the arm across, lock your triangle over the shoulder, now hip up to finish. Very good. So, yeah, it was a fun one. Kind of hard, I find, getting people there. They'll never allow this arm to get dragged across, but worth trying. So, where else did we go after that? We can, of course, immediately, if we get this angle on our opponent, instead of coming here, we can go in front of the head. And the most efficient way to get this leg over our opponent's head, make a fist and point your palm at yourself. Your elbow will drive into her head allowing you to clear that foot over the face here. So if she stays where she is, we can go flat her. It's likely she'll try running around to take the pressure off of this. So our floating leg should be looking to catch two things, remember. One is the far shoulder, makes it hard for a runaway. Sometimes you can still finish the go-go platter. Or the far leg. Yeah. Now she can't run round enough to generate enough of an angle, and we can still finish the go-go. Cool. So yeah, with the go-go platter, you've got to expect them to run round to the omoplata to get out of it, and that's exactly what you should be doing. Best thing for Susie to do, collection of things. Posture's broken. She doesn't feel like she can resist this omoplata. Once this forearm's in front of her face, it'd be really horrible to keep your body square. I will not be able to omoplata Susie if she stays in the middle. So if her elbow was turned in and her head is in the middle of mine. So you see here, I need that angle to get this leg over. It doesn't matter how flexible I am. And that's where you see accidents kind of happening. People hurting themselves on this leg is they'll try pulling this over when the head's in the wrong position. Now, depending on how flexible you are, it will influence what angle that you need. So when I do this, I'm going to turn onto my side so her head is off center. Now it'll be a lot easier for me now to get this leg over Susie's head and under her chin. Push the hand into the hip. Expect your opponent to try running away. So when this happens, as she starts walking around, hook that far leg, and now you've still got the go-go platter. If I miss it, Susie will walk all the way around to the omoplata and go for one of our omoplata escapes. One being a forward roll over a near side shoulder. That's easy, so we won't cover that too much. Another one, if I'm on my back, right knee goes onto my stomach, and she'll base up on the other leg and start posturing up, freeing her arm. Final one, she bases her head on the floor, tripods, takes a nice dainty step and another dainty step, and then drops down onto her knees, and she's out the omoplata. And the more flowing that is, the more effective. So, final one, if I'm sitting up, she can't get her knee onto my stomach. So, what she can do is try forcing me back onto my back and escaping there. So what she'll have to do is shoot her knee in that direction. So she'll take a seat and shoot, no, raise your head and shoot her butt that way. Good. You don't want to be having your arm behind your back. She'll be trying to keep this in front of you here. This is perfect. She'll be basing on her spare leg. Kicking off of that, keeping weight on me. Just a little bit. Not through your elbow, just through your shoulder there. A little bit more, raise your butt. So that basic leg kicking in makes it hard for me to kick you off, you see? Now from here, Susie will look to duck under. And now turn the corner. Now she's out the omoplata. I can't stress, you're taking this, this seated position, your heel close to your butt, and this foot on the floor. If we're like this, we're not kicking off of this leg, putting weight through our opponents. You've always got to have this base on the floor. Likewise with side control, we've got base in leg, we're kicking off of it into our opponent. Super common error you see all the time. People just kind of taking a seat and expecting the pressure to happen by itself. That's huge. So you need to do it during the submission. So got Susie in an omoplata, she's accepted it, great. I'm sitting up so she can't get her knee over me. So she keeps her hand inside, there. She faces left leg on the floor, and applies that pressure. She doesn't want it going through her elbow, so her angle is slightly off of her body, just there. Now kick back at me, like this way. Not quite. Put me in. So we sit through, back up your flat foot. The foot's there, triangulate. Base on the leg, yeah, and now kick in. So Susie tries, see I'm linking my hands together with an S? This is just to stop Susie from getting my arm behind my back. So if she tries to extend her legs now, because I'm leaning back at her, it's going to kick through it, kick through the arm. See my toes, my feet are what's stopping her from doing that. I'm also linking up this grip, I'm pulling my arm through so she can't kick through. I can now start looking at duck under the leg and turn the corner and freeing myself from that omoplata. Yes. She always enjoy being put in submissions, like just a way of it's all practice getting out, right? It's just another position.
Okay.
So I covered a triangle escape a little while ago when my friend. You go on your back. So you get caught in a triangle, Jimmy. And I'm not just going to say, oh, just don't get caught in a triangle. Huge. This elbow, if it's across, no good. You can. So if she locks it up fully, what we've got to do here, open the triangle a little bit. The way we do that, this elbow, there. Go on. So it can breathe. Can't breathe. Go again. There. And it's not just placing the elbow, I'm dragging the elbow back to my hip. Now you see the space between my neck and my shoulder. So I can breathe. Now from here, what I want to do, left hand comes through and cups her hip, keeping that where it is. Now, I'm going to get up onto my toes and stack, still with that elbow on the other side of the hip. Now I'm going to pass like an over-under. We're going to walk to the side my arm is on. And there's the legs open. And from here, you can do what you want. You can go back to close. There. But that's how you get out of a deep triangle. So there's varying degrees. If she's got like an underhook on my leg, I'm going to really struggle getting out of this. And a really severe angle. But if you get caught in it, yeah, you can get out of it even if the arm is across your throat. Elbow up and back down. Keep the hand in the middle of the body. Reach through, cup the hip, and now turn it into an over-under pass. My head moves to here as I tripod and stack. So I cup the hip so she can't get her angle. And there's, so that's how you open a triangle if you get stuck in it properly. I'm dropping the match back here. Yeah, but that elbow is really annoying. Let's stop. See if you can do that. Feel it. So, huge trouble. Boom. Now her head comes to this side. She's up on her toes. No. So that's standing. That's not a tripod. When you say come up onto your toes, I want weight going through me. Good. Just now, this hand, when she's stacking, comes through and cups my lower hip and tries pulling that hip through the other side. And she's out. So again, triangles locked, elbows in a shitty position. We all agree this is a good triangle. Susie will first elbow up, smash that hip down to her hip. She'll cut my hip. She'll sack me. Good. Now she'll start pulling the hip through. And now she's out. Enjoying that one there. Any questions, guys? Any thoughts? Just a little recap of some of the rubber guard stuff. I'm always good at having escapes out of things, right?
Happy with that, thank you. Finally, it only took me 3.5 months of badgering you.
I know a little bit. I don't know much of it.
I feel like Nathan's probably the person to ask about it.
There's one better person, only one, and that's Jack Sear, little Jack. He is awesome at it.
Mm.
He's got
I know the one. He's nice. He's a nice man.
He's got the highest number, I think, of gogoplata finishes on me out of anyone in the world.
And how many gogoplata finishes was that? What, like 1?
They're probably about 4
Really?
gogoplatas. It's really annoying. So I was, so that was me in my pressure passing phase. Don't pressure pass Jack. You will get gogoplata. And the same day I was trying to work north-south strokes as well. So, but Jack's got an out on there where he takes you back off the north-south position. So I just had a really bad day with it. Tap me lows. Right, what we got? If there's any questions, throw them at me. I did, oh, that was a good job. So off the omoplata, sometimes you can drop back to the leg. So I've just got to make sure, push any forwards a little bit. So if you want to go for the leg here, I hit this chain actually the other day. I went for an arm in guillotine, but I lost the head. What do we do when we lose the head? Left with an arm wrap. So if somebody pulls their head free, you fall backwards and throw your left leg over the arm. If they free this arm, so if they pull the head out and the arm, we chase the underhook, pummel butterflies, and sweep of the butterfly. A lot of the time, they'll just free their head. We're left with the arm wrap. We fall backwards. I'm going to have a fuck ton of room to throw this leg over into an omoplata. My opponent is good. She, I'm struggling to get the omoplata. Maybe she'd link her hands together or something. I'll just defend him well. She can do that, but not for now. So we can move down onto a leg. We do that. This knee down to the ground. This foot, you want to try getting it to your opponent's hip, but the ribs is fine as well. The floating leg gets thrown over the leg and you grab your opponent's toes. You pull the toes to the opposite hip here. So now we've got an inside heel hook. Pull your arm up, please. So we can finish the heel hook here. Remember, elbow tight to your body. We can go butterfly grip, elbow tight, and then hip through the side of the knee to finish. Susie can sometimes try, so she notices her heel is open, so what she'll do is try getting this hip down to the floor. Oh wait, no, wrong way. There. So you see we'll end up in some sort of 50-50. Normally this leg will travel over and then we can finish in 50-50. So that's a K-guard entry from from an omoplata. You do it again. The whole chain, submission chain. On the guillotine, freeze the head. If she pulls the arm all the way out, we go under her. On the guillotine, freeze the head, left with the arm wrap, fall backwards. Hand comes immediately to frame on the head, so you know there's always going to be room to get this leg over. You don't always need to go to this grip. You only need to go to that when your opponent has seen it come in and their head is quite square, because you need to use that forearm to create the space. But the space is already there, just hold the head there. Leg travels over, push the hand to the hip. This leg will help you shrimp and turn onto your side. The lower foot will come down, hook the hip, throw the leg over, grab the toes, pull it up to your hip, and now this is the best place to finish. Here, butterfly grip, hip through the knee to finish. If she steps over, you'll find yourself in a 50-50, and before she's able to cross her legs, I want you getting the bite on the heel, getting your knee to the floor, and finishing here. If you want, there's a slightly safer place to keep your feet, with this foot on the stomach, not past the hip. If it's on the stomach, she can try twisting that heel as much as she wants. It's not going to be a heel hook. See? Too much movement. This leg will travel across to the other side. There is a risk here, you see, if this foot stays on this side, of toe holds. So if I didn't have this and I was fishing, Susie could turn, grab my toes.
Like over the top.
And she can hit that submission there. So there's a couple of risks with 50-50. These are negated by getting your knee to the floor, foot on the stomach, and leg across to the other side. And she can't toe hold, she can't heel hook. And it's just me chasing this leg here. To get at this heel, elbow chops over the toes, and that's what will expose it. So you see this all the time. To get that exposure on the heel, this elbow will be coming back, punching down, and then coming back up. So the exposure, if Susie's hiding it by turning, come back just a little bit. We'll get that by dragging that tricep up. Once we hit the toes, drop it through, and now see it opens the heel. Now uppercut back up for the finish. Good. So that's when you start like subbing black belts, is when you start chaining 3 subs together. Failed on the neck attack, failed on the omoplata, and get a leg. Yeah. Pop back up to your knee. And this can connect with some of our other earlier sessions. On the neck, she frees her head, she swims her arm out. I chase the underhook here. Head. This is always a head battle, guys, butterfly. So we see my head's on the inside of hers. This means she cannot get her head back centered. So when you go butterfly, this is really bad. Don't do that. Keep your head up and dominate one side of the head. So as soon as you try shifting her weight back this way, super hard, right? Because her head's always outside. Your head lifts you. Hand comes through, grabs the tricep, pulls the arm past the lower side of your body, and again, head position. My head wasn't here. Start moving your weight back center. Now she can start putting weight back onto my underhook. So I can't stress enough. Here, this is how you make an underhook work. Head position. Try moving your weight back over my underhook. Not on anymore. Pull through, and now you'd fall onto your right side and sweep in off of that. Guillotine. She pulls her head free. Arm wrap. If it sticks, back to omoplata. If it slips, hand to floor. Chase underhook, head position on this side of your opponent. If she manages to circle her head over to the other side, probably going to have to switch to a shoulder clamp on this side, our violin position. So if we lose that head position, so she swings it over, we can switch to attack this arm instead. So here she gets her underhook back. So right arm swings through. Underhook back, underhook. That's a wizard over the top.
Yeah. How am I going to achieve that over your head?
It's an underhook. How are you going to get your underhook back? Susie's being nice. What you do to get your underhook back, forearm comes across your opponent's face. Like that. Right? There are windows there if you're willing to eat the forearm for a few seconds to arm drag. So Susie comes in, forearm there. Now turn my head into it. Come on, push, push, push. This hand comes up. And through. So you can drive your head into that forearm for a little bit, and it gives you a nice kind of slow window to drag the arm. Now we're onto the back. Cup the armpit. Move your butt high and away from your opponent's hips. And you're taking the back, palm on the ground. And open that shoulder. Now you've got a high back tip with a good seatbelt. Body position is key. Always lean into your opponent's head. Hips back. Don't be too concerned with foot position. Your frames are what will be retaining your butterfly guard. So things like collar ties help you retain butterfly. If you get onto the neck, she pulls the head clear. Arm wrap, omoplatas. One chain, leg down, frame on the head, leg comes over. Don't feel like the omoplata is on. Shrimp turning into your opponent, grabbing the toes early, throwing the leg over, pulling the toes to your hip. Your opponent will go with it. Here, tricep over the toes, opening the heel. Elbow tight to your body when you're finishing heel hooks, guys. It's an uppercut. So elbow tight, forearm travels up. There's the finish. Yeah, big, we just illustrate. So Susie puts me into 50-50. So Susie's got, lie on your back, this. Susie's got the bite on the heel. See all this distance between her rib cage? It's never going to come on. Also, what's the limit in here? You see how Susie has my heel in the crease of her elbow. That's not great. So don't lie on your elbow, lie on your back. So she wants to drag this up, blade of her wrist, under, forget this for now, under my heel. Armpit is where my toes will live. Stay lying down. And the elbow. Sorry. Now, from here, forearm will punch up. Now it will be there. See, it comes up into it. Elbow distance between rib cage and the elbow. Now that's on. If she punches this up further in a straight line, too much distance between. On. So what you see people doing wrong all the time, really wide elbows and forearms facing their opponent. You want to be punching up to the ceiling for this finish. That's achieved by this elbow chopping into the rib cage. So elbow comes in tight. Now you drag this up. Beautiful finish. And this goes for
for all heel hooks, inside, outside. So if Susie had an outside heel hook, nowhere near as dangerous. Here, she's finishing this angle, kind of there. Now her elbow is open, nothing on. Elbow comes down to her rib cage, and now Suze, look at your own forearm. Which way is it pointing? Exactly. So now that's on. Just that angle change. She's gone from punching towards the wall to punching up to the ceiling. So now she just changes that angle a little bit more up to the ceiling. Go, go, go. Now it's on. You will be there for days against somebody good if your forearm stays pointing at your opponent. But that looks right, doesn't it? Now it's pointing up to the ceiling. Now this is on. But if Susie points her hand at me, now try finishing. And what they try to actually doing it right. What they try to compensate with is rotation. So they try spinning. Nothing. Whereas if they just go up, so yeah, you've heard me talk about the finishing mechanics on heel hooks a lot now, but hopefully it's sticking. That's like always. I mean, I remember being told like a blue belt, always keep your elbows tight to your ribs all the time. Passing, it's the same in this situation as well. Any questions, guys?
No.
Yeah. All good? Oh, the straight footlocks application. Just on this, I mean a little bit. Where should we be? Where on the forearm should we be looking to finish the straight footlock? So everyone's pointing to the blade. What about you, Steve?
Blade on the.
No, absolutely wrong.
Oh.
It's as close to your elbow as possible. So you want to punch it through all the way to the meat. You want to get your hand as high as possible. Then you drop your shoulder through the foot, and you'll get it. Yeah. It's way, 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 way tighter. Finish straight footlocks in the crease of your elbow and activate your lat. So what Susie wants to do is drop her shoulder through my toes and rip on. Whereas if it's on the blade of the wrist, it's too easy for me to alter alignment and it's impossible for Susie. So try dropping your shoulder. Hard, isn't it? You can't drop your shoulder through the toes if you're trying to apply it with your wrist. And that's the main, well, the big, you've got to have that counterweight dropping through. You do have to have your forearm going up through the leg, but you need your shoulder dropping through the toes at the same time. So another reason why it's tighter is there's more space. So I can change the angle on my foot. So if Susie's trying to finish on her wrist, yeah, I can turn it. Angle's off, not in a straight line anymore, you're not going to get a straight foot. So whereas if Susie wraps it up, there's no angle there. So now, yeah. I'm not a big fan of the grip Susie's taking. I prefer coming over the top and grabbing my own wrist here. Flaring my elbow, and then I turn onto my side to make sure they're unable to stand. Remember that? I put my head onto the floor, lift my hips up by 1 inch. Yeah. Now, yeah. But yeah, finish it on the meat. It's also one of the most niggly things I had for ages when I was finishing, because I used to finish straight footlocks with the blade in my wrist. Bruised wrists are fucking horrible and they take ages to go away. So yeah, use the meat. And if I just show it on Sue, so she believes me, there, it's easily rotating. And I am trying to finish, like it's not a great deal of control, but if I turn this all the way through now, and there's this.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
Finishing mechanics are massive, guys. Yeah, don't use the blade of your wrist. I'm like, but so I roll with black belts that still do the wrist thing. They can make it work, but honestly, if somebody does it on the meat of their arm to me, they can get me. But if they do it on their wrist, I'm not anywhere near as worried. I just thought I'll just share that with you. I'm really looking forward to showing these things in real life again.
Rockwell Park.
I'm so bored.
Same. I'm looking forward to you seeing the notebook that I've been taking all my notes in this time and my creepy little drawings.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing that, and it's in a way I feel kind of energized for jiu-jitsu again. You know, feel
Were you
like
not energized for jiu-jitsu before this?
I think I was pretty much doing it flat out full time for 5 years.
Yeah. In between reading your nerd books.
In between reading notebooks, and so I don't know. I'm just really kind of hungry for it now, properly.
When's your next like big man fight?
Oh, that's next Wednesday.
How are you feeling about that?
Fine. Like,
Is
I think-
Jed fighting as well?
Sorry.
Is
Yeah,
Jed
Jed's-
fighting?
Jed's got a super fight.
Is the whole thing a tournament? I actually have no idea what's happening.
So there's an 8-man tournament, and Jed's got a super fight. So
Jed in the tournament as well as the super fight.
no, so I'm in it's an 8-man under 90 kilogram tournament.
You're a long way under 90.
I know. Yeah. So don't expect anything, guys. Yeah, I will try.
Is it on flow grappling or anything like that?
It's on UFC Fight Pass.
Okay.
It'll be on 11th of July. So if you want to watch me get beaten up by bigger people, like, yeah, jump on.
Do you know what's hilarious? He said he's not going to tell me the result.
Oh, yeah, so they're not streaming it live. They're filming it on the 8th and then broadcasting on the 11th. So I'm not allowed to tell anyone the result.
Oh, not
Well,
even Susie.
I'm gonna be teaching the class on Thursday, and you guys will be asking me. I'll be like, can't tell. I guess you'll be able to tell from my mood.
Yeah, I feel like you get all smug when you ever win.
It's really unlikely I'm gonna win. Honestly, really unlikely.
I
Like-
feel like Jed won't be able to help but tell people if he wins.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I guess we're just not allowed to do like posts on social media and shit.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Thank you for keeping me sane again.
Thank you.
We're going to have some stir fry now.
Yeah, we're gonna stir fry. Although I've eaten like a bar of chocolate already. Kind of full.
I made chocolate caramel brownies today.
Oh,
I've been baking so much.
why don't you bake more?
I'm sorry.
Good feminist bants from you, Ross.
Yeah, I should bake. I agree. I'll do that. Right, guys. Love
Right.
you both.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.